Jake, today's the day.
Today's the day, man.
Isn't there Psalms where they talk about like your Achilles or something?
If there were, I don't know about it. Or if there are, I don't know about it. But yeah, today is the day. Um, my Achilles tendon will be repaired.
Yes,
Um, yeah, going in for surgery in a little bit. So
good man. Well, Psalm 62, did you find any encouragement as you woke up today, knowing what was in front of you?
yeah, totally. It's a perfect psalm for today for me, I think. And really the first couple verses are what I'll talk about.
Hmm.
Um, I'll read them. It says, "Truly my soul finds rest in God. My salvation comes from him. Truly he is my rock and my salvation. He is my fortress. I will never be shaken." And I really love that. I think that's perfect for me right now this morning. Um, a lot of times when we see that word salvation, we jump to the way we use it all the time, which is correct
Mm-hmm.
also, which is like eternal salvation, where we're going to go to heaven forever and be saved in that way. And that's true and appropriate. I think sometimes, though, in the Psalms, it's more appropriate perhaps to think of it as deliverance.
Mm-hmm.
David was a king, David was a warrior, David was fighting a lot of battles. Some commentators have suggested that Psalm 62 was written during the time when his son Absalom was trying to take the kingdom away from him.
Mm-hmm.
And David needed to be delivered in kind of a practical way a lot in his life.
Yeah.
And so he's asking for that. He's asking for God to save him, to deliver him, for salvation. And like I mentioned yesterday, with God being our rock, we see that again. And a rock is something that speaks to stability, a solid place. It speaks of security. And throughout this psalm, David just repeats the idea that he's trusting in God. And I love that. And for me, it's never, I think if anybody ever told you, I'm really thankful and excited that I'm going to be going into surgery, they're going to put me under, they're going to cut me open, I think that's not something that is super honest. It's never, a fun thing to go have
Yeah.
happen.
Yeah.
However, life happens. Stuff like this is necessary from time to time. And when these things happen, I'm so thankful that I have a God who is mighty to save. I have a God who is a rock, a place of stability and security, and a God that I can trust in. So these words this morning were very helpful and encouraging. And yeah, what about you?
Yeah, I mean, I kind of highlighted the same verses, and I like how it has the refrain of kind of the same thing from 1 and 2 again in 5 and 6, and it's kind of like the chorus of this psalm. And I just thought this was another one where, there wasn't a lot of need to try and unpack some meaning to what everything's saying, but the words I think are pretty straightforward. And I think verse 8 even sums up what you were kind of wrapping up with. And trust in him at all times, whether you're going into surgery or whether you just got engaged to your longtime girlfriend, whatever the moment is, trust in him at all times. Pour out your hearts to him, whatever you're going through, because God is our refuge. And so I love that. I think it's a really, I kind of felt this was a very like poetic psalm, and just had some beautiful language, and yeah, super
So
encouraging.
good. Yeah, and it makes me think of what Steve Marshman said, and Jose quoted him.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
but I will mess up the quote if I try. But the essence of it was that if it makes me think of when Jesus said, "Build your house on the rock,"
Hmm.
and you won't be collapsing when a storm comes, but you need to be building your life on that rock.
Yeah.
Uh, before that happens, right? Because once the
Hmm.
storm hits, once the news comes, once something that might knock you down is there, it's kind of, you're there, right?
Yeah.
So everybody listening, students watching, um, walk with Jesus, trust in Jesus, build your life on that rock, and man, you'll be glad you did.
Amen, brother.
Amen.
All right, man. Well, we'll be praying for you today at 12:15, 12:30.
12:15. Yep.
15. All right. Love you, man.
Love you too, dude.